Hi and welcome to Friday's live trading. Hopefully we'll get a trade out today. I'm not, and I say I'm hopeful. It is Black Friday. We've had an extension, get an extension of US holidays here. The volume's often quite low. I am just eyeing up a potential short on this pound. So let's just come down the time frames. So looking at this pound, it's looking like, well, maybe it will get a continuation to the downside. Hourly wise, half hourly wise, we're just putting in a bit of a soft bar there. Let's just pop it into the 30-minute chart. There we go. So a bit of a shooting star coming in on the short time frame here. Really, it's a trend again running across the top here. It could be such a thin old day. That's my concern in taking trades here. But I am looking at this. Just going to pause this for a moment. Okay, so just doing a quick measure up here. It's got a bit away from me here, but I'd need about 26-30 pips to make 30 pips, so it's not sitting there very good on the risk reward at this stage. Let's just see how it shapes up. I will give it a little bit more time. It's just running into its 4-hourly S2, it's 30-minute 50-ish area. There's the 200 is probably a bit more significant because it's a rising moving average. You find on these sort of, where you've got a falling moving average, price may have a small reaction to it, but it just sort of slips off of it. Here it's just come within a smidgen of that 200, so just going to be a bit patient. I'm always a bit wary about 8:30ish, leading into this sort of early point where we just get pulled in, but shall wait for a moment. So looking back at this pound, and I've left it for a while, and it's literally, it broke down, bounced back in here. I'm still in two minds whether to pop a short in this morning. It's a mixed bag at the moment, so I think I'm going to sit out of it. It's been doing okay on the 4-hourly daily wise. Its mornings have been quite slow and selling, and then we've seen a sort of a buyback every afternoon. It's the next session. This morning we didn't get the immediate push before the sell, or maybe a smaller push here, but I was considering taking the downside, but it's just dithering somewhat, so I will sit out of this for now. Okay, so looking at this pound, I'm still expecting it may be looking for the downside. Now it's Friday, it's a Black Friday, and the volumes are quite low. I'm going to go a half size position on this with a stop literally. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a 15 pip stop, looking for a trigger of the lows here, and I'm going to look to run it down towards its daily S1, which is right away down here. So looking at this cleaner chart here, I've got the volume sitting on here. You can just see the volume actually picked up better than yesterday for the moment, but just looking to see if we get a break of this low, the low on the 5-minute time frame there, just to trigger me in. But the volumes are certainly low, so literally taking a half size short on it if it sets. Now I will only give this until 10 o'clock. If it hasn't set before 10 o'clock, I'll leave it. It's 9:41. It's got 20 minutes to set itself out. In terms of position sizing, then I just pop this ready here. So I'm using the my room account, as I call it. So it's got a half percent risk on there, 15 pips loss. It'll give me 2 lots, effectively two mini lots. So I will set that up as a ticket, he says. Get the ticket ready. Make sure I get the right ticket ready here. So just pop that in there. So 15 pip stop, 2 lots all ready to go on that if it breaks down here. If it doesn't do it, as I say, by 10 o'clock the trade's off for me, because you just end up in the doldrums 10 o'clock afterwards. It's very, very slow. As I say, it's half of normal size position for this account. I'm just setting up elsewhere as well, and I'll be ready to go. But for now though, it's looks like it's not going to get me in a trade, so just need to be patient here. So just waiting. Okay, selling. I'm just selling the pound here, giving this the go. It's just broken very slowly, but it's broken the levels I was looking at. So I've taken a trade just then. We'll see how it runs. So as I say, it's got a 15 pip stop on it, targeting the daily S1. It could be very, very slow, but it's still got a bit of momentum running into this trade, into this movement. I'll leave that to be now. Okay, so decided on two targets then. The first would be just the lows of the bodies here, 133.30, and then 133, well, I say 17, that's actually be about 19. We'll allow for people spreads on that, so 133.19. That's it now. I shall leave that running and see how we go. Okay, so first target just being hit here. So I'm going to close half this off. Just take one of those off, confirm that. So we've just taken half target on this. I will stop the move the stop down now, because we're sitting at 30. We're sitting at 30 pips up. So we'll move the stop down to break even. So there we go. All done. We'll leave that running. I've done that because it may just stall at this point here, go running back up there. The S1's got a reasonable probability of being hit, as I can show you on Honey says, it's showing you the yen, which has been running in a nice range. In terms of each day, it's been running back, apart from when it had a huge volume day the previous days, but we regularly see either the R1 or the S1s, as it's in a rising trend. It might just hit the S1. Actually, the S1's dipped down a little bit. It's just dropped in trend effectively. So we'll see if that can come back and do that. But anyway, half of the half taken effectively. So we'll leave that running. Okay, so a little bit later now. I just come back from break, and I just noticed cable has finished off, hit the target. Nice bounce off that target, although it looks like it may continue down. Volumes are still really low today, not quite as low as yesterday's volumes, but the volumes are still low here. Just looking at summarizing that trade then, in terms of where we are with it. Let's just get this pen writing here in terms of where we are. So what we had then only took a half position, so we'll come into that in a moment. So it's only a half size position on here. Here's all the gubbins down here. Basically the first half of the trade we came out at 29 pips. The second half came out at 37, giving us an average of 33 for the whole trade there. So we've got 33 pips. We had a 15 risk, so that gives us a 2.2, and as I said, we only risked half, so it gives us a 1.1 return on that trade. In a sense, it's a shame we only risked half, but it is a notoriously quiet old day on a Black Friday with these markets, and well, it's just sort of I'll just reduce the risk on that basis. I know some of you eagle-eyed traders out there will be looking and saying, well, hang on a minute, there's another position sitting on the account. I will just run through this as it's sitting there. This is the second half of a trade that I took in the room, so I've just popped it on the account here on Wednesday it was. So it was a Aussie New Zealand dollar there. We entered at 105, 26, 27 sort of area. Taken half the position off. This was there's a 40 pip stop, so it's quite a reasonable size stop there. But we went in with half position again on this one. Here's a bit of a swing, so I'm just giving you just so you can see what we're doing. Aussie, New Zealand dollar, there we go. So you can just see, and that was a very simple breakdown here, just waited for a break. Very simple trade, just like this current one, actually very simple in its setup. This is very simple, bit of a trend line stroke, everything else. I am fundamentally bearish on the Aussie dollar stroke New Zealand dollar in terms of its potential. This is still running, this other trade. It's not one to jump a ball, just copying me here. It's gone very slow over the last couple of days. It might still pick up, it's just that it's, as I said, it's just sitting there. It's a very small trade, but still running. Coming back to cable, just to roll up, because I'm going to stop this video and in a moment, because I won't be, or very unlikely be trading later on. Just a summary of this cable then. Yesterday softening, not really going too well. All of this week we've had it retracement in the mornings. After any sort of Asian session push up there, it's maybe slightly slower in terms of it running off. But all I'm looking really, it was a pure technical statistical trade. It already hit the daily pivot, was just really waiting for that roll back in the shorter time frames to see if it broke down, which it started doing on the lower time frames. And it's a run back towards a statistical point on the pivot here. I did take part off just in case it stalled into here and just bounced up, which is a potential. So it's a case of just reducing the risk a little bit at that point. Coming down to the short-term time frame, it's just a waiting game here. Was tempted, as I said earlier in this video, to take a short earlier, but it was almost that fear of missing out sort of trade I see these as, and it popped back in. It would have meant a much bigger stop if I'd been taking it initially. I'd have been putting a stop at 30 pips to make about 30 pips, so the risk reward wouldn't have shaped up quite so well. Having a bit of patience and seeing if we got a retracement and then a final breakdown meant we only risked 15 pips. So we had a smaller risk effectively, so our return, which is more important, the return of 2.2 on the trade effectively. We had a 2.2 return on with the position we took, so that 2 times trade is really what I'm looking for. It is potentially going to roll could roll over further, but statistically again I'm looking at that S1 thinking, well, it's done the bulk for the day anyway. Okay, just finishing up the video. Fortunately I forgot to finish it earlier, but it doesn't matter. But I thought I'd just do a quick review. Didn't get another trade today. Just left with this trade here. This is off the app actually. I just sort of, this is the summary of it all. There was nothing to follow for me after that. So that's where we ended up with just the one trade. A net gain of 1.1 is in terms of risk reward, it was a 2.2er, which is what I'm liking. If we can get those every day would be nice. It just keeps us going, ticking over. So the most important thing there for day trading wise. It was a sort of, I say, a semi-disappointing day. Of course I'd like to do 2 or 3 trades, but I didn't expect to do any today. It was one of those markets, as I said earlier, it's just a bit of a surprise. I was looking to short the pound came up and it triggered, and it ran nicely as it happened. Did come back a second time, but I was all done by 3 o'clock. So there you go. If you want to find out more about us, just and if you like these videos, please do just give us a like, join our YouTube community by subscribing to us. If you click on the bell when you subscribe to us, you'll hear anything we're doing live. In fact, I'm going to do some live morning outlooks next week, hopefully Tuesday, Thursday. Just going to do them live, so you can catch us on YouTube live on Tuesday morning. There, I will put a notification out beforehand. So there we are. Have a great weekend. I'll be back. Bye for now.